lay the ground for our first speaker for this next part of the morning. Crown Diamond, Jude. And I just feel like, well, ever since we sat under that tree 15 odd years ago and talked about bringing life force to New Zealand and Australia, I think the main reason that we're still here today with everybody in the group that's built over that time is just absolutely because of Michael's unwavering commitment for all of us and showing up in every situation, at every event, conference calls, wherever he has been needed. It's just been absolutely, like, I don't know, it's just really hard to describe. It's just this consistency and this holding this space and strong foundation for everything else to grow into. And for that, I just have so much gratitude for you and your wisdom and everything you bring from your own experience to all of us in every moment. And I know that even when we don't have you with us, you are always there, always holding everybody in your mind. You've got the capacity of a master to hold the space for everybody. And that's everybody, including corporate life force. And I just really acknowledge you for that level of commitment and capacity that you have as a master in this business. So please come.
Well, thank you for that. And Krista mentioned earlier that we almost didn't make it. And I want to tell you why. It wasn't because we didn't want to be here. It's because when we left the Australasian market when we left here in, I think it was April, May, we arrived back to our home in Colorado, and we were there like a day or two, and they said, we want you to come out to San Diego right away, like this week. And we said, guys, we've been on the road now for 3 or 4 months. We just arrived. Let us catch our breath. It's okay, next week. I said, okay. So we went out to San Diego, and mentally hadn't even unpacked our bags, right? And so we get out there, and I'll tell you a little story, but the piece of it that you want to know is, while we're out there, Marjorie and Ian, and they said, would you guys consider moving out here to help us out? And so we're floored. It's like, well, we really love Colorado. This is where our heart is. We've got a beautiful home and friends, and a life. We've been there 20 years. And they said, no, seriously, we would love you to come out here. And you're not an executive, but part of this team. Help us make decisions and help us plan the way forward, and execute and develop and be the bridge. Be the bridge. And so we looked at each other. I think I'm going to tell this part of the story. And so we were like, well, it's a serious request, so we have to honor the request. And they said, well, why don't we take you around and we'll show you what it's like living here? Because we'd always come, airport, cab, hotel, office, cab, airport. That's it, dinner somewhere in there. Never really had much interest, and I know this is being recorded, but I got to say, I never had any interest in moving to San Diego or Southern California, or California, full stop. It's just not my place, right? I'm not a California boy. Colorado. So we said, okay, well, let's go. So we had some lunch, and we were driving around, and they're taking us to all these little neighborhoods, and I'm looking at Krista like, so it's getting rough because just I think the week before they had these big bushfires and everything. So we really want to move here? Isn't this the land of earthquakes and high taxes? And anyway. So we're looking at each other, and they're taking us around. Finally, we came to this one place. It was pretty nice. It had these big old trees. It was set back. You couldn't see other houses, and it was shady and gorgeous. Birds flying around. Just a little bit after that, the phone rings, Krista's phone, and it's our landlord near Aspen, where we rented a house, living there. Gorgeous, gorgeous place, like a little mansion. And she says, are you guys thinking about renewing your lease? Because I'd like to sell the house. And she looks at me and says, you won't believe what just happened. So one door closes and another one opens in the universe, right? So that's a sign. We went, okay, we're moving. You know, they're asking us to move, and these are saying we'd like to sell the house, so same day. It's like, okay, we're doing this thing. So 7 weeks ago, or 8 weeks ago, Manfred came over, we did Estes Park. We had to move out, put on Estes Park, because this year we put it on, and move at the same time. So when we went to Estes Park, we were moved out, our cars were full, our stuff was in trucks and movers and the whole thing. We go to Estes, and then Manfred helped us drive our cars out to and then we move in. And it's just been a whirlwind since. And the whole point of the story is this. We've been head over heels there since then. It's been busy. It's been really busy. That's why it was even a question that we would come here, because we've just been full on. But last week, we just looked at each other and said, no, we gotta go. We've got to go. You guys stop. Everything's on hold. We'll see you in a week or two. And we got some tickets in hand. So that's why that whole thing is the way it is. So I want to update you a little bit on the progress of 7 or 8 weeks of work with the company. Especially those of you that have been here long term, you know that there's significant challenges. For us, we're doing sales or marketing or whatever you want to call it. We're working with people to help them get their needs met and to share with them something that can change their life. Yeah, okay, I'll project a little louder. Yeah. So the corporate people, of course, have a different perspective on life. Their perspective is they work in an office, they have a factory, they have customer service, and they have a finance center. So they make the stuff, they ship it, they pay checks. Primarily, they do other things too. Their perspective is very, very different than ours. Our perspective is about, well, you guys know what it is. I don't have to tell you what it is. You know what it is. With all due respect, they don't live in our world, and you know, no disrespect, they really don't understand our world any more than we would understand how to pack boxes, make sure the label goes on the right side up and the postage is right, and it's gone. You know, all that stuff. I don't even want to know about that stuff. That's not my joy. This is my joy. So there's been this gap. There's been a gap. And part of our function has been to bridge that gap. To actually be there day to day as things are discussed and as decisions are made, and be able to say, well, wait a minute, have you thought about this? This is what we need. This is a perspective we'd like you to take into account. See, so that's been one of the main functions we've had there. Also, generating new ideas, and generating concepts, and generating ways to serve us better. It's been remarkable, guys. It's been a real transformation. And I want to just say, it's not through ill will or incompetency or any lack of desire to help us or serve us. It's just that they don't know. And they don't know what they don't know. Just like we don't know what we don't know. You know, when that box arrives, all the steps to get to it arriving on your door, you don't know, probably. You don't even know what you don't know about that. I don't want to know about it. So we've had a full plate. It's been a big deal working with these guys. And I want to say that from now on, it's going to be a different company. Mm-hmm. And I don't say that like we're taking credit. I'm just saying because your voice is being heard. It's different. It's different. We've always had these leadership advisory boards. You know, we come in for a weekend and do some work together, and then we go home, and they go home, and it's good, but it's not the same. We're actually working day to day. So I want to bring you up to speed on a few things that are either happening right now or in development. And some of them are quite good, like lifeforce.net. Okay? If you haven't seen the Ditch the Can site, I'm assuming most of you have. You've at least seen it. It's different. It works. It works fast. It's simple. It's easy. It doesn't take a lot of rocket science to figure out what's where, right? It's a modern site. It's like what is the state of the art of sites these days. the colors and the images may not be your images and colors. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way it works. It's a functional website that can handle lots of traffic and not slow down. LifeForce, on the other hand, not so much, right? Because it's an old site that's been patched on and duct taped, and it is what it is. Well, what's going on right now is maybe even some of you are beta testing the new LifeForce.net, which is the Ditch the Can site with our images and our products and our words. Okay, so we're going to have all that functionality very soon. It's being beta tested by some of us. Right? So it's not like next year. It's like maybe, I don't want to give you a date, but it's maybe next week or next month. And I don't have a date, so don't hang your hat. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons. That's big.
And
so,
being new.
And be new.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, it's all one website.
Yeah. Yes. So it's going to be a big step up, a big improvement for us. One of the biggest things that you guys have said, and we agree, is that we need better tools, right? Better tools? Well, the company has just invested about $250,000 US in what's called a soundstage. Now that may sound weird. What's a soundstage have to do with tools? Soundstage is the multi-cameras and the mixers and the editing suite, and it's all this stuff that goes into making first-class television shows and movies and that kind of thing. So they just bought that, and they brought it in-house, and they've got the people to run it. So what does that mean for you? Well, what it means is we're going to have the kind of stuff that we can use to build our businesses that we haven't had. And that's happening right now. Matter of fact, there's going to be an announcement later today on the Ditch the Can live stream. And I don't know exactly what they're going to say. We're going to be on the bus during that time. But I think what they're going to be saying, and I'll go out on a limb here. If this isn't right, tell me later. But they're going to be doing live streams. And I think they're going to do a number of them from Las Vegas. And they could be doing it from here next year. And so all this sound stage that I mentioned is all what they call a fly pack, which means it all goes in a box and they put it on a jet and they can take it anywhere. So it can be shipped, which is really cool. So, and it's for LifeForce and Ditch the Can. It's not just Ditch the Can. So the LifeForce live streams you've been seeing, those will be new and different and improved instead of looking like there's a guy there with a camera and that's all it is. It's going to be multi-cameras and edited and credits and title and music. It's going to look real. It's going to look like something people see on television. So that's coming real quick. As a matter of fact, I think they might start the first one the next week or 2 or 3. Again, don't hold me to those dates. Other things, SNMU Live. Probably everybody's heard of Social Network Marketing University.
Yep.
Well, what's really cool about it is we're going to have a way for us to use it to build our businesses, LifeForce and Ditch the Can. And what that means is, have you ever seen these ads like in a paper or flyer or somewhere where it says, free talk on how to make $1 million in real estate. Come down Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Well, can you imagine it says, free workshop on how to monetize your social network marketing, your social media. Right? Come down Tuesday at 3 o'clock, or tune in, click this link Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Well, that's what it's going to be. So SNMU is the giveaway free course, very valuable free course giveaway. But what they do then is say, okay, and now we taught you how to do it. How'd you like to do it with health, or energy drinks, or weight loss, and, press here. And so that's going to generate ways for you to bring people in. So you can bring people in personally, watch it, and then it's your lead. Or the company will generate leads and they go to you. Either way. The point is there's a really beautiful way to build your business. Because
Can you send them a link to that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have all the details, but yes. So it's called SNMU Live. It'll be running live periodically, and this isn't official, but I'd like to have it for our March event in Nelson. Have them bring all that gear in and film it there and do it live from Nelson.
Yeah.
So we have to discuss that if you guys want to do that. You have to build for that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so one of the things that the company has done too is created some outbound telemarketers and inbound telemarketers. So a lot of the ads that will be running will have an 0800 number. So people can call in, and right now I'm working with them to get it for this market as well. So somebody can call in, and it'll go to a call center, and then they'll have somebody working that lead for you. For you. Your lead, they'll be working it. How cool is that? I won't say too much more about that, but I'm working on having them do that again for this market. They're going to launch it there because it's just easier and then extend it here. Maybe, there's a lot more, but I just want to talk, because I'm out of time here, talk about one more thing, and that's the practitioner model. See, when I step back and look at LifeForce, when you think of McDonald's or Coca-Cola or Nike, they're all associated with something. So McDonald's is associated with fun and cheap and low-cost protein with a clown or whatever it is. But that's what they cultivate. They've spent gazillions of dollars cultivating that. So when you say McDonald's, you get this feeling of safe, cheap, whatever. It's convenient. When I think of LifeForce, the things that I want to think of is 30 years of health-changing products. I want to think of thousands of doctors and licensed practitioners recommending, trusting our products. I want to think about testimonials that bring tears to your eyes. I want to think about $500 million of this stuff's been sold to people, and they keep coming back for more. That's what I want to think about when I think about LifeForce. That's branding. Okay? The key component, one of the key components of that is the practitioners who've used and recommended our products. I mean, other companies go, well, we've got these 3 doctors who recommend our products. And I go, 3? So what? We've got thousands. Try that on for size. For 30 years. We were health food before health food was cool. We were alternative before the word was invented. That's the story we need to tell people. And we need to be able to tell practitioners this. You are safe with us. You can make money. You can help your clients. So some of the people in this very room helped originate the early practitioner model. The company's taken it on. It's being beta tested and further developed by some of the Crown Diamonds, and it's going to be released soon in a real high, effective, high impact format. And there's much, much more we're working on. Those are just some of the projects we're working on. So I wanted to kind of tell you why it was our being here like this, last minute, but also give you a sense of what's going on. Give you a sense that things are different. They're like before and after now. Because we're part of the team now. It's not like we're going to be there for a week or 2. We're part of the team. And what that means is you're part of the team. Yeah. So there's a couple levels of invitation. One is you can use us to communicate. The other is some of you may want to come to San Diego and hang out for a month or 2 or 3 or a year.
Yes!
Well, come on. Because we're building that market.
I'm coming.
And you can. Svana's on his way. He's going to be there next month, next week or something. Christine just came from there. Manfred's been there. You guys might want to come and hang out. Build yourself a downline there because San Diego is going to be ground zero. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Woo!